Hello, I'm WP Swazer, and welcome to Monopolistic Competition Schedule. When I was in elementary school, I was a famous artist, and that's what attracted me immediately to economics. However, that feeling is not shared by everyone. I'm surprised by how quick my students abandon graphs and cling to mathematics. I repeat, I'm surprised by how fast my students dispose of graphs and cling to numbers and mathematics. Okay, so here is monopolistic competition done with just numbers. So here's a company that can make 1 through 5 units. And it faces two different pricing schemes. The first one's more generous and the second one stingy. So the generous one is prices in the short run. If your company is the first one to introduce a product, then your company commands a higher price in the short run. But eventually, as competitors gain that same advantage, prices become stingier as your customers go elsewhere. So this is all I provide to my students, along with a cost schedule. And I shall give you a cost schedule right now. So to make 1 unit, the cost is $40. To make 2, the cost is $50. I want to make sure my rows align. To make a 3rd unit, drives costs to $65. A 4th to $80, and then $100. So nice, pretty numbers, if I may say so myself. So in the short run, you are able to sell 1 for $70. Or 2 for $60, or 3 for $50, or 4 for $40, or 5 at $30 a piece. As you see here, we have just crossed from the elastic to the inelastic range. So we have a big demand curve. Comparing these revenues to these costs, by only making 1, we could profit by $30 because we take in 70 and only pay out 40. By making 2, we profit by 70. If we make 3 units, we profit by $85, which is 65 from 150. If we make 4, profits fall to 8. So if we just had a company without costs, if you were, say, just selling an inventory, we'd probably sell 4, but costs cause us to ration product back a little bit, just a little. If we decide to make 5, our revenues are 150, our costs are 100, our profits fall to 50. But as you see here, our short run, our short run result here is making 3 units at a price of $50 and whopping profits of 85. Then what happens? What happens is competitors offer the same and price collapses. So we can sell 1 unit for 30, 2 for 50, 3 for 60, 4 for 15. So that's also 60. So we've already crossed into the inelastic range of the demand curve. So this long run demand curve is in fact smaller. If we were to make all 5 in the long run, we'd only have revenues of $50. Now, these skimpy revenues versus the same costs. If we only made 1, we would lose $10. If we were to make 2, we would break even. If we were to make 3, we would lose 5. And the losses only get worse. If your company comes up with some kind of advantage, here's the fate that awaits you. So here's the long run outcome. If you cannot protect that advantage and keep it private, your competitors will copy you, and in the long run you'll have normal or 0 profits awaiting you. However, once upon a time there was Camelot. This is a famous saying. And this company once made these hefty profits by being the first in the industry to offer something. So here's the short run outcome. Which one you prefer, I don't know. I still like the graph, but the schedule, I admit, is straightforward. And I hope this has cleared up your understanding of monopolistic competition with only a cost graph. Again, what is furnished is only these here in total cost. And from that, the student is able to derive everything else, including the conclusion of what happens in the short run with the big profits and what happens in the long run with normal to zero profits. Thank you for watching.